Hi guys, LNDR Tom here from LFGC, and today I've got another Elden Ring video for you for two items that we are trying to get. This is the Erdtrees Favour and also the Dragon Communal Seal. Now we need these items in order for me to gain some extra abilities, which Chalkncheese has told me about. So he has done this himself, so we've got together to make another video to show you how to do this. Now, at first, we're going to concentrate on getting the Dragon Communal Seal. So, Chalkncheese is going to lead the way, and we're going to show you the route to take and how to get to the seal. So when you get to this location, you'll notice that there is that large enemy on wheels. If that hits you, it does a massive amount of damage. I don't believe you can take on the enemy. It's just something that goes around as like a trap. So you do have to be careful and jump into these little hidey holes where you can along this route. You'll see in a moment it actually hits me, does half my health with that little hit. Obviously, if you've got less health than me at this point of your story, then you would need to obviously be very careful here, because it would probably be able to one hit you quite easily. If you try and follow us as best you can, we'll get you to the locations as best a route that Chalkncheese can find. So once you get to this location, you need to take on this enemy. Once you defeat this enemy, although my game did decide to freeze there, you'll get the dragon seal that we're after. So as you can see, it just popped up on the screen there. So that is the first point done. Now on to the next, which will be working on the Erdtrees Favour. Now, as you can see at this part, this enemy here sort of started glitching for me and Chalks. It wouldn't move from this location, and we needed to get round there, so we had to actually get up that steep bit there and drop down into that section where you can see that sort of archway doorway in the distance. The thing on wheels goes up and down this section, but we need to to try and actually get it to go away so that we could actually have enough time. As you'll see in a moment, when Chalks risks his life to try and get it to move, it does actually follow him after a little while, but this is the route that it takes. It goes up and down, and it's supposed to go left and right and then up and down, so it gives you a little bit of time to get there. But as you can see, it has glitched for us, so Chalks tries a method to get it to follow him. But yeah, we're just working on trying to get this out of the way. Right, actually at this point Chalkncheese has got to where we need to be, but I didn't manage to catch it on film. So I'm going to show you anyway how to get to where we need to be, because I need to be there. So as soon as this goes up on the next run, we're going to chase it because we've got to be up quick, because obviously it spins round and comes back down. So we've got to be ready to just follow it. So we just quickly sprint up here, and as you get to the top of this, as it spins round, you want to quickly jump or roll down onto this ledge. Now you do have to do that once you get to the very top of that skinny bit of path. Chalkncheese has already obviously been here and wiped out all the enemies in this location, so you just want to follow this down the stairs. Chalks actually forgot about the flames down here, nearly killed himself and killed me in the process. But yeah, you go down there. Chalks actually does it, but you just have to switch it off when you go down and it becomes safe. Now Chalks goes on and does that after he nearly dies for the second time, and disables the flame so that we can actually get down there safely. So whilst you're down here, just kill all the enemies around and then pick up any items that are on the floor just in case they become of use for you, and carry on down this corridor. You want to turn left and carry on down this stairwell, and eventually we get to this area. Now when you get to this area, two bosses, or sort of bosses, spawn. Chalks deals with them quite well. I think I'd have probably died instantly if it had been me on my own. But when you start heading down this walkway, one will drop in front of you. Once that one drops, I believe the other one drops instantly. It may not drop instantly, but it is very, very soon after. So you just walk down this path, it drops down in front of that statue, you take out both these enemies, and I'll show you that now. So as you can see on the right of the screen slightly, the item there is the Erdtrees favour, which is what we're after. I do manage to pick that up just while we're in this little mini boss battle, just in case. But that is what we are actually getting from this area. So we'll just finish off these mini bosses and then we will continue. Obviously we've grabbed what we need. The Erdtrees favour does have some quite good abilities on it, which was why Chalks has highlighted that I should go and get it. It does boost your HP, your stamina and your equip load, so it is a rather good item to gain if you are able to get to this area. This is in the training area, but like I say, it's not the easiest of areas to navigate around, so if you feel that you're up to it, then obviously by all means give this a go, or go down there with a friend or even someone that knows what they're doing. Follow this video as best you can. But yeah, so we've got Erdtree's favour, which is what we're here for. The next thing we're going to do is actually go on to defeat the boss that's down here. Just as we're here, it makes sense. So we're going to show you where the boss is, how to defeat the boss, which Chalks will deal with quite easily. And then once we defeat the boss, you'll see what items we get from that. So once you follow this walkway, you want to head towards where Chalkncheese is now. There's a little ledge here that you need to drop down onto this next ledge, and then go down onto this part here. Now you've got to dodge some more enemies. The easiest way to do this is to do what Chalkncheese does and just run. So we're just going to run and try and ignore everything that is in our path, just to get past everything as quickly as possible and get to the bottom. So now we get to the golden wall of death, and we go in, and here's the boss. Now I know for a fact that if I'd have taken this on my own, I'd never have done it. Again, Chalkncheese is with me, which is really helpful because he is that 60-70 levels higher than me, so he is far stronger than me. What he is doing now is what I am trying to get, and I'm going to show you once we've got all the little pieces of the puzzle how you can get the different dragon abilities and where to pick them up from once we defeat this boss. That will be on the next part of this video, but we're just going to defeat this boss, get the items from it, and then we will go to the locations that we need in order to get the different dragon abilities. So once you kill that enemy, you do get 2 items, the Banished Knight Oleg and a Golden Seed. Obviously the Golden Seeds are really handy to have, and I have been told by Chalkncheese that the Banished Knight Oleg is a really good ability to have, so I will select that for my character to try that out at some point, probably later this evening when we're playing. But for now I will jump back to a better location, and then I will show you where you can go on to get the next part, which is the dragon incantations. Now I have already got these because at an earlier date Chalkncheese and I were in an area where he said we needed to grab them, so I grabbed them at the time, and I have got my skills up to a point where I can actually use them straight away. So I'm just going to jump to a better location, and then I'll show you the 2 locations that I know of that you can get these dragon incantations so that you can actually start using them. So as you can see, I already do have the 2 that I wanted, which is Rotten Breath and Exyke's Decay, if that's how you pronounce it. Now I am going to equip the Decay one because it does require more faith to use, so I'm assuming it's better. I've not used either yet, but I'm going to equip that, and I'm going to show you the locations now where you can buy these. You use Dragon Hearts to purchase them. So there's 2 locations that I know of which I will send you to now so you can see the locations. You might have them already on your map. If you do, then great. If you don't, then you'll obviously have to make your way to those locations so that you can get to them, so that you can actually purchase them from the area. So just to give you an idea of what it's like to use this, once you've equipped it, you can hold LB, which was LB for me on the Xbox, and you get that special ability pop up. And I have used it since, and it does wipe out enemies pretty quick. So it is actually really handy item to use, or special ability to use, I should say. And it's quite cool looking as well. I remember coming up against an enemy with it, and it absolutely ripped me apart. Certain enemies obviously weaker against it than others, but I just think it's really cool looking when you actually use it. So there it is again, just so you can see from a different angle that it is quite a cool little ability. Right, I will show you the locations now in which you can pick these up. There's two that I know of, like I said earlier. One is over here, and you need to go down towards the bottom of the map and go to the Cathedral of Dragon Communion. Now, if you haven't obviously got that, you can head over that direction on your horse if you're playing on single player, and literally just run to the location, grab the Site of Grace so you're safe, and then it is basically on top of the Site of Grace in this area. So you want to just head over to the little statue around this corner. It's just got the slight red glow to it. And when you go on here, you examine it, go on to the ritual, and all of them are in here. So you use the dragon hearts to buy which ones you want. The two that I bought were the ones that were recommended to me by Chalkncheese, but obviously if there's ones that suit you best, or ones that take your fancy over others, then by all means pick whatever ones you want. But once you've picked the ones that you want, obviously it deducts it from the top. So I've got 3 left, so I could buy some more. But for now, I'll stick with the 2 that I've got and see how they go, and maybe buy some more in the future. So that's the first location in which you can find these incantations. The next location, which I will show you now, is over the other side of the map, not far from the first step, which is where we originally start the game. So from here, you want to head over to this island. Now, if you haven't already got over to this island, you need to get to the coastal cave down here and work your way through the coastal cave. I don't recall there being any major issues getting through the cave. I believe there might be a large-ish enemy or a few large-ish enemies to deal with in there, but a lot of them are the sort of monkey type enemies that you get in this first area. Relatively easy to defeat if you're at a level like I am at the moment, which I don't feel like I'm at a very good level. But yeah, you want to get over to this location basically, and then go into the Church of Dragon Communion. And again, there's another ritual here that you can go into. I'm unsure if there's only 3 here because there's only actually 3 here, or if it's because I've bought some that they disappear. Not 100% sure on that. So there might be only certain locations where you can only pick up certain incantations. But yeah, they're the 2 locations that I know of that you can pick them up from. So I hope this video has helped if it is something that you've been looking to try and find yourself. If this video has helped you, please consider hitting that like button. And if you haven't already, please feel free to hit that subscribe button for us to try and get to our first 100 subscribers. Like I've said recently, we have been getting our record numbers up on subscribers. And thank everyone for their continued support.